Hey there, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and today I want to show you 5 things that every crocheter or every knitter needs that you may not have known that you need. So stay tuned. Well, when you know more, you do more. That's the motto that I like. And recently, I've gotten into more color knitting and color crocheting, meaning color work, like you're changing up colors. And I've learned the hard way that there is a much easier way to do this than the way that I was doing it. So I started doing a little bit of research around and found these amazing tools. And I was like, where have you been all my life? I love color work. I want to continue loving color work. So I have to show you these really cool tools that I found. Now, first one, and this one you might have seen before. This has been around for a while. This is by Clover, and it is a swatch ruler and needle gauge in one. So it's actually 2 tools. Now, I found this. You can get it on Amazon. I found it on KnitPicks because I got some other things as well. So KnitPicks has it. WeCrochet has it. You could find it in other places, but I'll include the link below. But it's basically kind of an all-in-one. So this guy here has all of your needle gauges. So if you're not quite sure of what needle size you've got, you just chased around here. And then this here is your swatch box. Okay. And it's got this nice little ruler right along the outside that's going to give it to you in inches or centimeters. So when you're doing a swatch, you can tell exactly where you are based on your inches or on your centimeters. And then this here is your ruler, is your gauging for your knitting. So handy, fits into any craft bag. Secondly, you've got this here. Now this is specifically for your crochet. This guy. So here you put your little crochet hooks in and it'll tell you what size your hook is based on the size that it fits into. And this is also a gauge swatch measuring tool. So here it shows you you have your swatch ruler on this guy here and your knitting gauge, and then you've got your crochet hook, but you can also use this as a swatch ruler as well. This guy is amazing. I don't know why I never saw this before, but I was very excited to show it to you. And this didn't cost much. I think it was like maybe $5 or $6, but I'll include the link below for that. I am going to keep it probably on this, or it comes in this great handy little plastic bag here, which I might just keep it in there and then just keep it in my tool bag. So awesome. How many times have I tried to figure out, or you try to figure out what size is this hook? You can't see it. It's been rubbed off, or it was never there in the first place. So you just use this nice little tool and swatching. And I hate swatching, as you know. I'll put it in here later. All right. Next thing. So I'm doing a lot of color work, as I told you. This is what a color work chart can look like. And it's very tedious and it's very hard to stay on track of where you need to be. This is something I've seen before, but I liked the size and the way this works. This is a chart keeper or chart holder. Now this I got on KnitPicks. You can get them other places as well. I like this one because it has this really nice snapback. So it closes up like a little book. You can keep your chart right inside here. You just fold it up and it stays nice right inside there. And then you just snap it closed so it stays in nice and safe till you're ready to use it. Open it up, and these snaps work backwards. So it acts like an easel. They go together just like this, and they're magnetic. So they sit just like this. So it sits up nice and easy. These guys are this really handy, sturdy, strong magnetic strips. So depending on the pattern that you're using, let's say that I'm working on this guy here. I'm going to have it come over. With this particular one, I have it come over at an angle like this. And then I'm just going to use these guys to hold them in place. And I can also use it as a ruler. So it's going to go across here. I know exactly which row that I'm on, like so. And then these guys here, I can use across the back. And I just kind of make sure that it's sticking on the, and that's not just on the paper. So if it gets contact with the magnetic side, then it's going to hold it in place. Hold it in place like this. And then over on this side here, I use this ruler as my gauge as to where I'm working. And then I just move it down as I go along. This guy is awesome. Oops, that fell off. Awesome. Sold, bought and sold for myself. No questions asked. Because if you end up missing a row on a chart, then you end up putting your nose where an eye is, and it's never a good thing. Ever, never a good thing. So this is something, now it doesn't always have to be for knitting, and it doesn't even have to be for color work. It can be for crochet. It can be for anything. These guys here, I pulled out these wonderful little cards that I got from my knitting and crochet deck. You pull out your card. It can store easily in this little book. And I'm going to put it right inside here. So this is my knitting. It's got the stitch design on the front, and it's got the instructions here on the back. So I can basically take it and I put it right in here, and it holds it right in place. Everything I need is right here. You got to find things that make your life easy, because if you're tracing around, and these are great, you just carry these in your craft bag. These guys came in a box from David and Charles last year. This is the Crochet Stitches deck, and this is the Knitting Stitches deck. This is where I got them from. But sometimes you don't want to carry the whole entire box or a whole entire magazine, so it's nice to carry these little cards, and then if you got your easel, it's just easy to see it right there in front of you. Here is the piece de la resistance of this whole, you gotta have these things. So doing color work, if you haven't done it before, can be a little bit of a nightmare, because you got to be chasing the yarns, and you don't want them going all the way across your work, because it makes your tension too tight, and then it actually is going to shrink your work down. And if you've ever done color work, you know what I'm talking about. And you've probably, if you're like me, you've had to frog your work because you had the yarns going across and it pulled it too tight. So the idea is that you have to have the yarns hanging down like this, which means that you probably have to have, if you've got like on this pattern here, where I'm doing the fox face, I have to have some orange yarns hanging down here, maybe some orange yarns hanging down the middle, and then definitely some orange hanging down on the side. Probably, because you don't want the orange going all the way across. It can be a nightmare. So all these yarns are hanging down, and they're just making a big old mess. These guys were a game changer for me. These are yarn bobbins. Now they come in 3 different sizes. Again, I found these on KnitPicks. I've never seen them anywhere else. I'm sure they've existed. Maybe I just was living under a rock. They are so awesome. So all you do, these are the mediums, and I also got them in the smalls. The larges were out of stock. So as soon as they come in, I'm grabbing those babies. And you get like 4 of these in a bag, and then they kind of stick together like this. So you pop it apart. All you do, it's this little dome. You invert it like this to open it up. You're going to take your yarn, and you're basically just going to thread it onto this bobbin, and you just roll it on like so. And it's just a game changer. You can do up as little or as much as you want. You want to basically make sure that it doesn't go farther than the end here. Use that as a guide. And then you pop it down like that, and the yarn stays in place. Who knew these things existed? Now, look at this. I got all my bobbins hanging off right off the back, so they don't get tangled into each other. And even if they do get a little tangled, all you have to do is just sort of like untangle the bobbin. Now, they do tend to kind of unravel, but you kind of want that. You don't want them under so much tension that as you're knitting, it's going to be tight. They kind of have to roll with it. So as I'm knitting, the yarn just gently comes out of the bobbin. It actually works amazing. I wish that I had found these guys when I was working on the back of this sweater. It would have saved me so much time. All of this would have saved me so much time in not having my yarns going across. I actually had to frog this out at one point because it was too tight. I wish that I had seen these, but I now have them for the front panels of my sweater. Game changer. Absolute game changer. Love these. And they just hang so nicely. Keeps all my yarns nice and easy and organized off the back, just like that. Ugh. And if you want, you can even have a bobbin on the ready with the yarn that you need and then just start knitting. And then it just, see, you kind of pull it, just gently pull it like that. And it just undoes. I can't with this stuff. Amazing. Prize winning. So I got these on KnitPicks. I'll include the link below. But again, you can use this for knit or crochet. Crochet is also working in color work. Another tool that I found. I haven't tried this out yet, but it was like $3. I got to try it. You basically put on your index finger, and then this little guy flips up just like that. And you put your yarns inside here. And so it keeps all of your yarns straight. When you're doing color work, you want to use I'm a picker, so the yarn kind of picks through, and this way it just works really easily. Now I haven't tried this just yet, but for $3, I think is what it was. I was like, you know what? I'm okay. But I'm excited about this guy. So it sits right here, and then your little yarns fall through there. Anything that I can possibly find to make my color work easier, I'm jumping on. And the last thing, and you guys have seen me do these before, are these project bags. These guys are amazing. And what you do, you can put all your yarns down inside here. And then the yarns, as they pull up, come right up through these. And these are really, really strong snaps. So the yarn just pulls right up to the middle of these, and you can have as many colors as you've got little parts, little compartments. Industrial. These project bags are amazing. So there you go. 5 or 6 things. The bobbins, the project book, the project bags, the stitch gauge holder, this guy, which everybody should have, that's 4, and then this cute little fingertip thing. That's 5. 5 have to have tricks of the trade for color work, whether you're knitting or whether you're a crocheter. It doesn't matter, but you need to have these tools in your arsenal. That's it. That's all I have to show you today. All the things that you need to crochet or knit successfully. Thanks so much for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and as always, I'll see you soon.